everybody, and welcome back to my channel. It's Emmy again. Hello, good afternoon. I'm just gonna take advantage of this little golden hour moment we got going on here because I got this today. This isn't like a sponsored video or anything, but I am lucky to be able to regularly attend Urban Decay brand trainings. And I got some new things, including the very exciting brand new Naked Reloaded palette. So I wanted to do a look with it and show you a couple other Urban Decay products too that I got a chance to learn about and relearn about again today. So let's get started. So I already have foundation on, and I put on just a little bit of bronzer because otherwise I just look like a potato. So I'm gonna go in and I don't know, let's look at the palette and see if that inspires the direction that this look is gonna go. So this is the palette. It's got this plush top right here, and it's much thinner and lighter than the other Urban Decay Naked palettes. This one is actually also cheaper too. It retails for $44 instead of the typical $54 of the other Naked palettes. So let's open her up here. All right, so let's open up the palette. Ooh, look at that. Okay, so you can see this one has 4 shades that are larger than the others. And the reason why they did that is they thought, okay, people are gonna hit pan on these types of colors before they're gonna hit pan on the other colors in the palette. So we wanna make these shades extra large so that you can actually get the same amount of use out of them that you would like to without hitting pan. And then the other thing about this one is it does not have a brush. So a little bit different there. Right at this moment, I'm kind of liking Barely Baked. I really like the satiny gold color here. I like Reputation Bucked. So it's kind of like Bucked from the original palette, but just a little bit warmer. And I also really like this color Boundaries as well as Blur. I'm kind of liking the outside part of this palette. And at some point, I do want to go in and kind of deal with the corally and the gray and the smoky. But for right now, I want to do like a really basic eye look just to kind of come up with a good first impression of the palette. So let's start by priming our eyes with some Urban Decay eyeshadow primer potion. So this is the original formula. It's a little bit shimmery, but the nice thing about this is it's waterproof, and it completely waterproofs your eyeshadow as well. It minimizes fallout, makes everything easier to blend, and it is moisturizing for your eye. You can also use it as an under eye primer and put concealer on top of it, which I thought was really neat. I did not know that before I went today. So I'm gonna take this little blending brush. I'm just really gonna like blow out a color right in the crease, add a little bit of a shimmer on the lid, and maybe darken the inner and outer corner, or lighten up the inner corner and darken the outer corner. So I'm gonna start with this color Bucked right here. So I was gonna use the mirror in here, but it's got one of those things on it. So let's peel this bad boy off. Oh my God, I love doing that with a new palette. Love that. Okay, so usually when I'm doing a really basic eye look, I always put kind of like a satin color right all over the lid. So I'm gonna use Barely Baked. which is one of the larger pans on the left side of this palette. And the reason why I'm not just like, oh my god, so pigmented, oh my god. Well, like, that's what I expect from Urban Decay Naked palettes. This is very similar to the other formula, and, you know, it's just, this is the level of pigmentation and blendability that, you know, you've come to expect from the Naked brand and the Naked palette franchise, so I'm not saying anything. I love it. And next I'm going to take a little bit of the shade Boundaries, which is another one of these large pans right here. It's just a little bit darker than Bucked, and I'm going to use that to slightly darken the inner corner. And I'm going to mix that as well with this very, very dark matte brown called Endgame. And I'm working that on really, really, really softly because Endgame I feel like might be just a little too dark for like the scope of this look today. So I'm just dipping in. Each time I'm going in, I'm just dipping in once, and I'm tapping my brush in Boundaries several times, tapping off all that excess and really, really, really softly pressing the mixture of Boundaries and Endgame right on the outer corner, just to give it the littlest bit of depth right there. Finally, I'm going to highlight the inner corner. This color called Angel Fire, it's probably, the rest of these are kind of like a fine shimmer. I forget the micro shimmer. It's called a micro shimmer finish. But this one has a little bit more of like that chunky glitter finish to it. And I think that would be fantastic for just a very, you know, if I'm using it very subtly, very lightly on the inner corner. I could intensify this if I really wanted to and make this a really, really bright inner corner. But because I just want to create a really everyday look today, I am not going to do that. I'm just gonna dip in one more time and go ahead and just give that inner corner a little bit of life. And next I'll be using the Urban Decay 24/7 eyeliner pencil in the shade Lucky. They are waterproof. They glide on with very minimal effort. And I learned today that they're actually made with vitamin E. So not only are they waterproof, they're also actually moisturizing. And they're safe for sensitive eyes. So that's pretty cool too, because they are ophthalmologist tested. I'm going to go in with this pencil and just kind of define my lower lash line with it. And just tiny, tiny, tiny little bit of definition on the upper lash line with the pencil as well. And then I'm going to go back in with, I think I'm gonna take the color Distilled, which is this darker, deeper gold shade here. It's a very, how would you say it? It's kind of a bronzy gold micro shimmer. I'm gonna take that on a little, not completely flat, but like a packing brush, and I'm going to smoke out the upper and lower lash lines with that Distilled color. To finish off my face, I'm going to take a little bit of the shimmery highlighter shade from the Naked Shapeshifter palette for just a really subtle highlight. I just want to look a little bit less like a dry old lady. There we go. I am going to use the Brow Blade and the Ozone Brow Finish from Urban Decay to do my brows. It's got a waterproof ink on this side and a waterproof pencil on this side. So I'm just going to stop talking and fill in my brows. And then, okay, one thing I forgot to mention about this brow finish product, the Ozone, is that it's a 16-hour brow setting gel for waterproof. And then it also comes in Midnight Cowboy, which is their gold glitter shade. So that's kind of awesome. And I think I might go ahead and just rock some glitter brows sometimes and grab that one as well. I just went ahead and put some lashes and mascara on because honestly, I can't even do like a natural look without lashes anymore. I'm just truly so addicted to the way that lashes make me feel at this point that there's just no turning back. And then I'm gonna go ahead and line my lips with the Urban Decay 24/7 Glide On Lip Pencil in the color Rush. So it's just like this nude pink color. And I think honestly, I'm just going to go ahead and throw a little gloss on top. This is the Artist Couture gloss in Le Freak. One of my favorite lip combos in the entire world is to just fill in your lips with a lip liner and then throw a gloss on top. And just skip lipstick or liquid lipstick entirely because it just kind of like dries out my lips more, and I feel like it'll just rub off the second, you know, your lips smell fear. Like they'll see you going for that pizza or they're going for that buffet and they're like, oh, okay, no, I don't have to perform anymore. This is high performance buffet proof lip stuff. I'm gonna go ahead and just do a little setting spray. This is the Lancome Fix It Forget It setting spray, which I love. I just don't happen to have any all-nighter right now. Otherwise, I totally would have used that, but anyways. That is the look. Just a little, very chill, kind of everyday, like, I don't know, what do people do for fun? I don't have any spare time, so I wouldn't know. So whatever you're doing for fun during the daytime, this would totally be an appropriate look for that. Anyways, thank you so much for watching tonight. Have a great weekend, and I will see you in my next one. Thanks, bye.